All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching Morning Cafe with me now, Anne Odida. And this morning I want to shift gears and take a look at Kenya commercial banks' impact in the country in general, aside from banking. Beyond banking, what impact do they have? And we are shining the spotlight specifically on motorsport, the interest that they have in WRC Safari Rally, especially this year, and why they're so focused on it. What is the impact really? So beyond banking, impact that the KCB bank has on sports. And Nkatha Mutungi is our guest this morning. She's the head of integrated marketing and brand communications at KCB Bank. And you also have Tinashe Gatimu joining her on set. Tinashe is, of course, a KCB sponsored rally driver. Karibuni sana to Morning Cafe. So good to have you this morning. Now that you are just right next to me, I think it's only right for you to, tell Kenyans who are looking at a superstar this morning, tell them who's Tinashe. They just see these helmets and they just see you inside cars, secure pale, you are on very high speed. So talk to us about that. Who is Tinashe?
Well, I am a rally driver, as you mentioned. I'm also a student at Strathmore University studying electrical engineering. My mom is actually my navigator and my dad is the team manager, so it's a whole family affair. And my sister also takes care of us behind the scenes. Aside from that, I think I'm a very fun person.
Why motorsport as a career? Now that you said you're a student of engineering, I'm assuming now you're shifting to Safari Rally, of course, motorsport as a career in itself. So why that shift?
Well, at the moment, we're not at the career level yet, I think. Okay. But hopefully with time, that's where we'll go. But right now, I've loved cars since I was young, and my parents have been in motorsports since 2008, and actually since before then. So they used to bring us, my sister and I, along for the events, and slowly the interest grew. At first I wasn't interested. I liked reading books. I think because I didn't understand what they were doing. But then in 2021, towards the end, is when we said, let me try driving. I tried it, I loved it, and I've never looked back.
Just for vibes. But now, Nkatha, why Tinashe? Because you're looking at now you're sponsoring a lot of people, I'm assuming. But in Kenya, is it only Tinashe, and why her?
No, it's not only Tinashe, but let me start with why her. I think there's a very beautiful story. As she said, she's navigated by her mom. She's receiving instructions from her mom.
Yeah.
But there's a very beautiful story around that and being able to support one of the best female teams in the country. And it has two things. There's of course the mom-daughter factor, but she's young. Yeah. She's within the youth category that we're also trying to speak to. And the mom is a businesswoman. KCB has a proposition for women called Flame. And that just looks at the support the bank is giving women through funding and things like that. But it's just an extension of our intentional activities around how we support women. So that is big, big for us. But over and above Tinashe and her mom, Carol, we have quite a number of drivers. So we have Karan Patel, we have Nikhil Sachania. We were also able to expand beyond Kenya this year and get into the market. So we remember KCB is a regional brand, so we're able to bring in Oscar Ntambi from Uganda. So he's one of the top drivers there, and Queen from Rwanda as well. So I think our support also just shows how we are as a regional brand, and it's good to have Kenyan talent within a world-class event, because you could have a world-class event in the country and very little Kenyan talent. So it's actually good to see Kenyan talent participating and doing really well.
And even as you talk about it now, the support majorly is centered on women and of course the youth. But now the question will be, why sports and why motorsport? Why not a cooking competition somewhere else? Why not something, just another investment in general? Why sports?
Yeah, so majority of Kenyans are into sports. If you just understand, because as a brand, we must be where people are. as opposed to creating our own things and forcing people there. If you look at things, Kenyans are really, really passionate about its sports. And we've been in sports for a very long time. And I think it's been very rewarding over the years. So, for instance, beyond motorsports, which we've, you know, I think cumulatively the bank has put in around 2.3 billion over the years, but the total support towards sports has been around 5 billion, because over and above rally, we're in rugby, we're in football, we're in golf, and quite a number of other assets. So being able to support that, we've also seen a lot of careers being built out of sports. We don't know where Tinashe's journey is going to end, but being part of that and being able to propel her into that particular space is important for us.
How was your performance this year, Tinashe?
This year was a bit painful. Out of the 4 safari rallies we've competed in, unfortunately, we weren't able to finish this. But all in all, we got our lessons. It was a very muddy event, very tough for all the other drivers as well, even the international drivers. And well, it's just bad luck that we weren't able to finish, but at least the other 4 KCB drivers finished, which we're happy about. And we enjoyed the time while we were there.
At least that wasn't bad off. Or how do you look at it? From what lens? Do you look at it as a failure or something that, of course, you've learned from?
No, it's not a failure for sure, because even if you look at other people's journeys in motorsports, there are ups and downs. So this was just our down, and we've taken our lessons. We learned what we need to do next time, and we've already started working on the car again to get it ready for the other ARC events across the year, and we'll be back.
So Nkatha, what does success look like for you with this investment that now you're putting majorly on motorsport in the country? And of course, you're saying that we didn't manage to get to where we wanted to be at. But now looking at it from the investment lens, what does it look like for you?
I think what's important for us is the partnership and the impact of the partnership. It doesn't matter whether, because it's mechanical, anything could have happened. I think last year we had one driver who experienced fesh and it knocked his engine. In the previous year we had another driver, Nikhil, whose car rolled on the first day. But it didn't stop him, and they've actually performed very well. So for us, it's really the partnership that we are forming with the communities around Tinashe, around our drivers. But beyond that, the rally just drives a bigger ecosystem. There are so many things that we've been able to do. You can imagine the volume of business within Naivasha, being able to kind of activate a whole ecosystem over a long period of time, then you uplift, that particular space. Beyond that, there's a lot that we've done around sustainability. We had a very big agenda around planting trees. We planted around 3,000 trees during that rally period. We also carried out a school activity. When you talk about sustainability, people, it becomes a very complex conversation. So we're able to take it down into schools, around 33 schools within Naivasha and Nakuru, where we're able to unpack and got the students to actually debate on sustainability matters in a manner that, was relatable to them. So being able to touch different lives of people from an economic perspective, from a community, social perspective, and also from a sustainability perspective has been big for us, yes.
And I should have asked you this from the very, very beginning. How many years have you been supporting, motorsport?
Oh, I believe it's now 23, 24 years as KCB. We got into motorsports in 2003. At that point, actually, Kenya had dropped off from the World Rally Championship. And we worked with the Kenya Motorsports Federation over those years. We used to run the local Kenya National Rally Championship. And we did that for quite a number of years, up until when we were able to get back into WRC. I remember in 2021 during COVID, we supported the candidate event, because you have to do a candidate event for them to see if you're viable. And we were successful, and we've been supporting since. I think we've been the main the most consistent partner. And when you think of KCB and in all the things we've done, our partnerships are very intentional, and because of that, they are consistent. So we stick there, we go through the good, the bad times, and we support throughout.
Great. And Tinashe, how many years have you been driving motorsport safari rally?
5 years in motorsports in general, 4 years doing the safari.
All right. Anything different that you saw this year that maybe, is a learning experience, aside from, of course, the mud and whatnot? What are you learning differently as you continue to grow?
So this year we actually had a new car, Ford Fiesta R2. This was our first event with it, and before we had our mechanical problems, we were able to drive it in transport between the stages. So it's a very powerful car, and with KCB's help, we were able to acquire it. And it's a step in the right direction for us because it's a proper rally car. We usually drive road cars that are converted to rally cars. Now this came from the manufacturer as a rally car. So we're excited to see how it will behave, to learn more about it, and also to grow in the sport.
When you say through the help of KCB, you're able to acquire that car, I'm assuming they funded it?
Through the sponsorship, yes.
All right, so it's your car now?
Yeah.
Hey, God
Yes.
of Tinashe. What are your objectives for 2026 in Nkatha, with the Safari Rally from your own lens as KCB? What are your objectives?
Biggest objective, so let me say there were three objectives. One was we wanted to use the rally platform to kind of bring in a culture of savings. So around the rally activity, it's not about all fun and games, but we were getting into the culture of savings and pushing people to save. So alongside the actual rally event, we actually had a promotion called Revisha. And just telling people, when you rev your car, you're kind of pushing your car and getting it up to move. So we wanted people to do that and jumpstart their savings. So that was one big objective. The other objective was engaging and connecting with people. I think we had huge success, almost 5,000 people we hosted on ground, KCB customers on ground through the KCB den, and a number of our VIP customers, which was huge. We haven't experienced that in the past. We saw hundreds of thousands of people, but just excited for the KCB customers who were able to come through. And last but not least is the sustainability agenda that I spoke of, and just being able to continuously have conversations around climate action in a number of the activities that we do.
And just to look at it from your own perspective as KCB, how do you see this contributing to the economy and of course tourism, and especially 2026 edition? Anything different that you saw this year?
I believe from what I saw on ground, we had quite a number of people within East Africa coming. Which was a really good boost. And, they're coming to stay in hotels within Naivasha. If you try and book for, a room in Naivasha a week, 2 weeks before the rally, you can't get anything because it's all booked. So I think being able to uplift that whole Nakuru County region from that perspective is important, and it is as a result of the rally. I remember there was a time we actually had the rally happening over Easter, and the hoteliers in Naivasha said, you can't do that because you're taking away big business during the rally and combining it with Easter business. So we want the events separate, have rally separate from Easter so that they have two peak seasons. So just seeing being able to activate local tourism is a good thing. But we also had a lot of foreigners coming in beyond East Africa. We had people from Japan, we had people from Europe who came in. We've also been able to see a number of the drivers participating, the foreign drivers participating, going beyond Naivasha. So you'll see them at the parks, they go to Mombasa. So the asset itself, Safari Rally, is just able to activate and just to open up the country for tourism.
Talk to us about some of the challenges that maybe you as a sponsor now, maybe you saw that these drivers, the ones that you're sponsoring, were facing during the rally. Of course, Tinashe has told to us about a new car and of course the mud that was in Naivasha. From your own lens, what are some of these challenges that you saw?
Challenges, I think the weather, the rain was good, but I think for every driver, having to navigate the tough mud. I remember they did have, I think they closed part of a stage on Saturday because the road was just impassable. What it does is that it also becomes a higher cost for the drivers in terms of how they need to maintain the cars. But the other challenge I saw, which I don't think I can call it a challenge, is the attendance was huge. I don't think we expected that type of attendance. And if you saw what happened at Hell's Gate, there were hundreds of thousands of people on ground, already inside Hell's Gate, but there was still quite a bit of jam running for kilometers. So I wouldn't call it a challenge. I think it's a good problem to have.
Kenyans showed up.
Kenyans showed up, and it's then how do we make sure that, and working through the Safari Rally team is making sure that the experience of getting there is a lot better. But Kenyans showed up in large numbers, which was quite encouraging.
How did that make you feel, Tinashe, seeing that Kenyans were there in bulk and large numbers, of course, to just watch and support?
It's always good to see Kenyans supporting such events, and also good seeing them supporting their own, because a number of them even had like merchandise and stuff for the local drivers. So I think it's still a bit surreal for me seeing so many people, but I think it's very good to see Kenyans supporting.
Did you feel that support and seen and heard by your own people?
Yes, I did. I felt it a lot, especially this year they had a school coming to the service park through KCB, and it was amazing seeing even the kids like interacting with the drivers, seeing how the eyes light up when they see the cars, when they hear the cars passing. It was really nice.
Now talk to us about the support that you're getting from KCB. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. This being the second year we're running under KCB, we don't take it for granted. There are a lot of drivers who would want to be where I am, and we're very grateful. And we hope to continue flying the flag high even as time goes.
And perhaps let's think about it this way. If this support wasn't there, what is it changing? I know you said it means a lot to you, but what exactly is it changing? Perhaps if it was not there, then do you think you will be able to navigate the sports?
I don't think we would, because motorsports is quite expensive. Getting a sponsor as big as KCB it means you're able to get to prepare the car, you're able to get to prepare for the event, you're able to sort things like accommodation, food, even for the whole team, for the mechanics and everyone. So it takes off a huge burden on us as the drivers so that we can focus on driving. And so then that way our performance will also be tip-top.
So Nkatha, why is it important for the bank to just invest in individual talent? What does that mean for you?
We must invest in progress, and where there's potential, like what we've seen, we must be part of that story. KCB is built around people. We've been here for 130 years. We are celebrating 130 years this year. And everything we've done has largely been around supporting people, supporting communities, enabling people to progress. So if we can be part of that story, we are truly honored. And as I said before, partnerships is so big for us, and being able to carry whatever, it might seem like a small partnership, but we don't know what it would look like in a number of years. But just being able to engage and support and seen, because the support we gave last year has grown much more this year. We've seen someone like Karen, who has actually then gone to compete within the African Rally Championship across East Africa and actually winning. So being able to support a number of the drivers, a number of the individuals to that level is really good for us.
Tell us more about Revisha campaign. What is it about? What are the objectives? What do you intend to achieve?
So Revisha na KCB is really about revving up your savings. I think we live in times where we have to be able to kind of prepare for the future. We don't know what will come, whether you're preparing for school fees, whether you're preparing, an emergency fund or to buy a property. So the campaign is really about encouraging people to save. We have this amazing product called the Gold Savings Account, which has very good interest. And what it does, it works on the discipline of Kenyans. Kenyans, uneka pesa, unaitoa, you remove. So this one helps you lock your money for 6 months, minimum 6 months, and you can keep on locking it over and over. So what we've done, because over and above the savings culture, we are very keen on ensuring people can actually feel like owning a home is an affordable thing. And through our affordable housing solutions, we've actually partnered with Unity Homes, who have given us the grand prize for the promotion. So what it means is that if you save, you can open a gold savings account, put in 5,000 shillings, and continuously save with 2,500 shillings every month. You actually stand a chance to win a home, a 1-bedroom apartment in Tatu City, courtesy of Unity Homes, which is good because then now we're encouraging people to save for home ownership. So over and above that, we also giving rewards through our KCB Investment Bank, who will then be also giving someone a money market fund worth 500,000. We've had a number of rewards from January. We gave out school fees. We've given out family holiday. We've given out trips to Naivasha. We had a number of people getting money to come to Naivasha. And now we are just about to, we're in the last month, the last leg of the promotion, where then the house and the big MMF is going to be won.
So how are the winners selected?
It's a random draw, yeah, so you just need to keep on saving. So as long as you've opened a gold savings account, you've put in the money, you're saving every month. At the end of the day, at the end of the month, we run a draw. This is governed by the Betting Control and Licensing Board, so we do a random draw, and that's why we say the lucky winner is then picked from that.
So what would you tell to participants, Kenyans who are participating in this? Because if I participate, Tinashe participates, you participate, assuming now you're not in KCB, as an example. Then we all save. How you're saying 5,000, then 2,500 per month, and then only one winner. There's only one winner at the end of the day. So what should you tell to these participants who think they weren't thinking that there's only one winner at the end of the day?
Well, luck comes in different ways and forms. Yes. So I think it's also good to do it. So there are two benefits. One, there's a benefit of winning the prize at the end of the day. Remember, that's not the only prize. We've had quite a number of prizes. I think almost over 100 prizes over the duration of the promotion. But remember, saving is actually for yourself. So you're actually doing justice to yourself by putting money aside. You don't know what that money is going to help you to do. We've seen people actually saving for a down payment to buy a property. Yeah, we've seen people saving for school fees. We have people saving now for school fees into next year or third-term school fees. So that ability to do something for yourself as an individual is what we're really hoping Kenyans will take from this particular promotion. So over and above the prize, which is a good incentive, but where am I doing it for myself? And can I consistently do it? So that will be the ultimate winner, just in terms of changing behavior and changing how people think and approach savings.
Tinashe, are you also participating in the Revisha campaign? Are you saving?
I am saving, but in a normal account. I haven't opened the gold savings yet. But it is a good opportunity for other Kenyans. It is, I would want to get the apartment personally. But as Nkatha said, it's a good habit to build even just for yourself.
So I'm assuming Tinashe is like an ambassador for this program. Do you have any questions per se, now that you haven't really started saving? something that maybe you'd post to Nkatha, or maybe what are you doing to also, sensitize your youth, your peers with this Revisha campaign?
So we actually had, before the rally, we went to a couple of malls like Sarit Center and TRM. We did some campaigns kind of to also tell the public about the Revisha campaign, what they can get.
Yeah.
And it was also good for us to learn more about it, and it was nice. Yeah.
All right, as we now wind up this conversation, Nkatha, looking ahead, what can we expect in terms of sports partnership and sponsorship from KCB?
All right. What you can expect is just continued support. I think there's great commitment from KCB to continue investing in sports. We are yet to see what, the discussion around rally, and we are hoping the renewal of the contract into 2027. But the commitment remains around what we want to do for sports. We want to build the next leaders, and if we can do that through sports, then we are there. The bank's commitment around sustainability is big, and when we talk about sustainability, it's not just climate action, it's actually being able to support and sustain communities, and we believe sports enables us to achieve that.
Tinashe, what should we expect moving forward? What are your own expectations, and what will you tell people who aspire, of course, to join motorsports and are watching you this morning?
Our ambitions for the rest of the season is to participate in the rest of the Africa Rally Championship events. Next is Uganda in May, then Rwanda, then Tanzania, and we would like to also get more seat time in the car, and to continue with KCB event for next year's Safari Rally. And to the people who have interest in motorsports, I know there are a lot of people. I've interacted with some of them. I would tell them that they can follow our page on Instagram, Tinashe.racing. They can find when the events are held, and the best way to get involved is to first of all come for the events, even the national events, whether it's autocross or rally. See where you can plug in. It doesn't have to be as a driver, it can be as a marshal or a scrutineer who check the cars before the event, or an official in administration, whatever.
And Nkatha, somebody who wants to get support, if at all what Tinashe is talking about now, they join and now they want to get support from KCB, what would you say to them?
We are welcome to have conversations. I think that's important. We have conversations. The most important thing is to ensure that we are aligned in terms of objectives. But yes, that's where we are. And I know she's talked about the goals. I'm sure her mom has one. She's still a student, so once she's able to, when she's earning and in a job, then I'm sure she'll be able to open. But her mom, I'm sure, has a gold savings account.
All right,
yes,
interesting.
Yes, I just had to clarify that.
Okay, thank you so much, Nkatha Mutungi. She's the head of integrated marketing and brand communications at KCB Bank, and of course, thank you to Tinashe Gatimu for making time. Tinashe is a rally driver sponsored by KCB. Of course, we're talking about beyond banking. What is the impact of Kenya Commercials Bank impact, and especially on motorsport in the country and in the region? We've come to the end of this conversation. We have another conversation coming up. You're watching Morning Cafe, so do stay right here.